Alright, hey guys, it's Esmeralda again here, and today we're working with logos in Photoshop 7.0. This is the finished version that I've done, and there's the logo up to the top left, but there's one thing I'd like to change, and it's going to be hard. I might not be able to do it, but I want to make a video of it, because if I am able to do it, it's going to be cool. So what it is, I wanted this logo on the front of the ship to go in the middle, where half of it's over the crease that goes down the center of the ship. There's a crease in the front, so one side of the logo would be at a different angle than the other. So what we're going to do is move our logo here onto the ship. Shrink it down just a little, not all the way, just enough so it all fits on the background. And then we're going to want to change the shape of half of it, because I want the middle to go down that crease. So what I have to do for that is to duplicate this layer. Then we're going to want to make a selection of half of the logo, whatever half we're going to want to change. You might have to select both halves. I think we will. Since it's straight lines, that's not the biggest deal. Just have to make sure to get all of it. It's okay if you get some of the area behind, since there's nothing there. And then on one of the layers, you want to delete that part. I think we're going to have to delete on both layers. So we're going to call this one right logo. This one's going to be left logo. And now that we're on this one, so see, for that one we only have stuff on the right. Oh, and I missed some of that. Let's fix that. Oh shoot. So that's on, I was on the wrong layer, so my delete didn't work. Now I highlighted that with the polygon lasso tool, hit delete, Control D for deselect, and I'm clicking on this eyeball to show and hide the left logo layer. Should probably use the magic wand on this. No, magic wand set on use all layers. We'll just stick with the polygonal lasso. So now I'm selecting the right side. Then I get on the left logo layer, delete that. There's a little line down the middle. Let's just deal with it. I'm just going to move this over 1 pixel. That doesn't look that good, but once I shrink it down, it's not going to make a difference. So now I've got the right logo. If I hide that, let's see that. Okay. A little bit missing there. That's not going to matter. I'm not going to worry about it, because the other layer is going to be showing over it. And then for the left logo layer, got that there. left logo layer is the one we're going to work with first. We want to do these transform tools before we shrink it down. Shrinking down this layer is going to be difficult, and your image loses a lot of quality when you're doing that. But you can see what I'm doing, trying to change one side of the logo to make it skinnier, because the angle changes with the crease there. The exact amount I'm not really worried about. Now I'm moving it over, and there we go. I'm going to hide my other logo layers. What's on this layer? Okay, that's the yellow. I'm going to hide that one too. Shrink it down just a little. Oh, and before we do that, no, I'm escape out of the transform. That'll allow you to get out of it without applying it. And I'm going to link these two layers. So now I could even merge them, though I'm not going to yet. Link them so now that everything I do in a transform tool gets it all. Control T to enter free transform. I'm holding shift so that it scales the image of the logo instead of moving it horizontal or sideways. Now you'll notice that the colors are brighter on the logo than the colors on the ship. That's going to change when I adjust the opacity of the logo at the end. Alright, so here's how I do this part, because I'm going to want to rotate this to make it look like it's on the ship. But before I rotate it, I want to skew it a little bit. But I'm rotating it over to see what it's going to look like, see how I want to skew it, how far I want to go. But I'm not going to apply that. Once I've decided, and I decided how much to drag down one side of the logo, I'm going to escape out and leave it straight up and down, because you're able to transform it better when you do that. And I usually use skew or perspective when I'm doing this. I'm doing perspective this time, and I'm going to move the left side of the logo just down a little. And then since the bottom part of the logo is going to be bigger because it's closer to the viewer, I'm going to drag the corner down a little bit to make that look like so. Apply that, Control T, and then I'm going to rotate it. I'm looking to make it parallel with that center line that goes down the ship. I usually have the move tool selected when I'm doing this, and right now I'm using the arrow keys to carefully move it. Alright, now I'm going to shrink it down, holding the shift key the whole time to make sure I don't change its shape. And all this neat stuff that we did to it, we're probably going to lose. But I'm going to be able to leave it bigger because I'm putting it in the middle. There we go, that's pretty good. It could probably be rotated just a little bit. I'm not sure if it should, because it might, every time you apply one of these transfers, especially to a tiny logo like this, it's going to lose quality. So I'm going to undo that, try it again, because I didn't get it far enough that time, the first time. It's better to do them all at once than do it 4 different times, because I think every time it loses quality. So that's going to do. Now I'm going to turn down the opacity a little. That's probably too much. And if the colors still don't match, you can, oh, that's my problem. And as I turn down the opacity, you can see the color starts to match better. But I have to do it on both layers, so the link doesn't apply when you're changes the opacity of a specific layer. So there we go, that'll do. It still looks pretty bad, but once you zoom out, it probably won't. So obviously it doesn't look perfect because SWC images are so small. It could look bigger. It could look better if it was bigger, as it was when I was initially working on it. But this is as good as it gets, just about for these type of applications. So all I have left to do here is now get rid of this layer. Probably before you get rid of it, you probably want to save it, so you can show it to your client, make sure that's what they want. This is a Neutron chip, that's what I'm going to call it. Then I'm going to find the layer I'm looking for. It's layer 4, I believe, and drag that into the trash. Save it again. Call this one Neutron 2. And that's it, we're done. I hope you all enjoyed that, learned something. See you next time.